know where this stems from. I guess we can go a little deeper with it if you want to. Like, what have black men speaking like that regarding black women? Is it the media? Like, what's pushing this narrative that put this image of the negative things regarding black women and some black men heads?
Well, I think media plays a lot into it, but I don't think it plays necessarily into our culture. I think people perceive black women when they look at us in media as other cultures, like white men that hasn't been around black women. Then they'll see it on media, and be like, oh, I think black women act like the women on Love and Hip Hop. But I think with black men, and when they have this perception, it's because they've been hurt by a black woman or multiple black women. And so they're like, well, okay, well, I'm done with black women. I like Fresh. I definitely believe that he's got his heart broken many a time. I think he thinks he's a good man, but he doesn't have charisma. Probably has gotten used by a couple of black women, and so now it's F black women. I only want to date white women. But he doesn't see that he is the problem because the
Mm,
white women are treating him the exact same way. So it's not a race of women that are just bad and the race of women are good. People all are different, and your character determines who you are as a person, not your race. But when you don't take accountability for yourself, then you're going to blame it on something. So now it's blaming on the race. It must be black women that act this way, and that's why I'm getting these type of black women instead of looking to himself and being maybe I'm the problem.
and then my good friend Pamela, she just commented, and that's a good what you said, Courtney, that's very valid.
Mm-hmm.
Good friend Pamela said white supremacy and patriarchy. You agree with that too? Like, you think white supremacy play a role in this as well with the image?
No,
No. Uh,
I don't.
yeah, I think uh, I see where Pam coming from with it, but I think a lot of what you said is mainly true in special media or and especially with the I think the like the music and the hip hop things and uh with the women the sexual liberation movement and how women
Mm-hmm.
dress now and go out in public now plays a huge role. And we got to remember most men, black men, are still really conservative, you know. So I think a lot of that plays a role as well. And then
Yeah.
also, and Pam also mentioned black men who subscribe to this feel like they need the proximity and closeness to whiteness, have a light skinned woman to feel powerful and respected. Oh wow. Pam, if you watching, I just messaged you the link to join on.
Mm-hmm.
I know Pam personally. I would love to get her on here to
Mm-hmm.
talk a little more in perspective. And that's very deep. I don't know if I agree with that though. I don't know. For some men, it is proximity to whiteness, and that's why a lot of men choose lighter skinned women. Um, but But the disrespectful part, yeah, that
Yeah.
when it comes down to the disrespectful part, then it could be that as well.
Yeah. So again, people's preference comes in, or the reason why someone has a preference is a lot of different reasons. So a man could like light skinned women because his mother was light skinned. And a lot of times we like to date women that are like our moms or like our dads. So, that could be a preference. I want someone that reminds me of my mom,
Mhm.
the nurturing or someone I date that guy that remind me of my dad because he's very charismatic and just, so I was like, oh, I kind of want my dad to get along with him. Some people date, as far as with a color preference, because they've been hurt by a particular woman that was dark skinned, and so they're like, "Well, I don't want to ever date no dark skinned woman because I think she's mean," or someone light skinned. Well, they're stuck up. So that could be a particular reason why, but it doesn't necessarily mean because I want to be closer to the white man, so I'm gonna get me a light skinned girl, or I don't. It could be. I just don't see it because Fresh and Fit, I don't see them trying to assimilate with white culture. They just don't want to have. I don't say they probably have sex, but they just don't want to be seen with a black woman.
And
And I think they've been hurt by them.
and I mean, I'm gonna tell you, at one point, I'm gonna try to tie it in together. At one point, when I was watching Fresh and Fit, what turned me away from these guys was when they was talking about uh the police violence and talking about if you act a certain way or dress a certain way, the police won't mess with you. I knew then them niggas weren't right, and I started. I was like, they on some other shit. So I had to stop
Mhm.
fucking with. I unsubscribed and everything. Like I like,
Mhm.
damn, I should have read these niggas from way back. But when they started talking like that, I was like, oh hell no, I'm done with these bros. Like,
Mhm.
and then doing more research on them, come to find out that they some people call non-foundational black people. Like they come from uh
Yeah.
another country, you know.
Myron is Sudanese, and Fresh is
From Barbados. So
Barbados.
yeah. So they non-foundational black people, and then that really made me have a problem with them talking about black American women because y'all are non-foundational black people. Y'all don't have no right to talk about black American women. Y'all don't even have no sweat, blood equity in this country that millions of black people have put in here to make it where you can come over here and be comfortable anyway. We the one built this damn country. So now you coming over here disrespecting our women, that really set me off. That's me personally. I don't like when non-foundational black folks talk greasy like that about men or our women. Uh,
Yeah.
and then Deasia, she mentioned people have a right to their preference. It's when they degrade black women. That's when I have a problem. Yeah, that was what me and Courtney was saying too, Deasia.
Mhm.
That's people have a right to their preference, and but when you go down that degrading route, that's where the issue come in, and that's what Fresh and Fit basically did. They went down that road of degrading black women, saying all type of derogatory things regarding the black women in America. Um, wow, she's the age also mentioned black American men have made them feel comfortable. Uh, you know what, Deasia? I can't disagree with you on that. On their platform, I'm gonna put it like that, Deasia. On their platform, Black American men do give them a green light to degrade our Black American women. So I will agree with you on that. But the real niggas like me ain't really watching them dudes anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, their platform was championed by a lot of black men. You know, Kevin Samuels popped up on there many a times. Uh, we showed the Avon Preach. Abba was on there as well too. So, at one point they weren't. I don't think they were ever really manosphere per se, but they had a lot of manosphere talking points, and you could tell that they were heavily influenced by the manosphere as far as their topics and how they, you know, quote unquote, try to treat women.
Exactly.
But then I think once it started getting revealed about who these guys really were, the lies that they kept saying. Fresh was saying that he slept with over 1,000 women or something ridiculous, and we all know that come on, he couldn't stop.
We can
So
see he don't have no
you can
game. You can just
see
see
you can see it. So, I think once that started getting unraveled and they kept, they was getting called out and then it was like people was like kind of pushing them out like, no, we can't subscribe or we can't back you, and they've continued, and it's just been a hot mess.